Hey y'all, this is Mattie from Mattie's Kitchen, and today I'm gonna make two pots for you all. I'll be cooking some pinto beans. They're dried pinto beans. I do not soak them. I'll be cooking ham hocks and neck bones with that. And also I'll be cooking y'all some oxtail. I'm gonna make some delicious oxtails, and that'll be cooked separate. And here's some of the things I'll be using. I'm also gonna cook rice on the side. And I'll be cooking some cornbread on the side. But I'll be having fresh okra. I have that. Brown gravy. Have some Sazón. These are some pinto beans. My vegetables are jalapeno, yellow, green, red, and orange peppers. I also have a red onion. I have some garlic, fresh garlic. I have salt, garlic powder, pepper, red pepper flakes, onion powder, and I also have some bay leaves. And these are things I'll be using. I name a lot of ingredients, but you know, once I start, I explain to you. I go over it again in case I miss, and I have missed some of them. I also will be having some flour and sugar. I forgot those, but once I do it, I introduce the ingredients again. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm getting ready to make my pinto beans and my ham hocks. I'll be adding neck bone, pork neck bone, fresh neck bones later on. But I'll go over to that when I start, because they don't take the neck bones as long as it takes the ham hocks and the pinto beans. It takes ham hocks about 4 hours, and it takes pinto beans about 4 hours. So I start them together. And the things I always use some fresh vegetables. That's what make it. Don't overpower it with all that other season. Some people put a lot of things in pinto beans like sausage. I don't, because I want pinto beans. You know, the vegetables don't matter. Just make it taste good. Now these are yellow onion. I also will be putting some little red onions in here. Just a few, some. It don't matter. Like I said, as long as these don't cook, it doesn't matter. You can put the whole onion in here if you want to save time, because it's gonna take them a long time to cook. Always do. Pinto beans, like I say, don't soak them, because if you soak them, to me, you take the taste away from them. Just start them. It takes a long time to cook. Like I say, it's going to take about 4 hours for pinto beans. So I'll be putting some fresh garlic in here. Like I said, it don't matter what size they are. I'll be putting I put a yellow onion, and I put a red onion, and I put fresh garlic in mine. And I'm also going to put some bell peppers, and I just throw a lot of vegetables in them, because I don't season it that much with too much dry seasoning and no other meat. Just the ham hocks and the neck bone. So I'll be putting a little, and I add vegetables, like when it cooks for about 2 hours, I add more vegetables again, because they haven't disappeared. I have some green onions. There I go. Let's cut them. It don't matter. Let's cut them and put some in here. And the white part of it, put some in there. Okay, I'm gonna save this for later on. Some of this gonna go for my oxtails. Okay, I got everything. I throw a little jalapeno pepper on, because you want them to be kind of seasoned good. Pinto beans taste better when they just a little spicy. So on the dry season, I put some salt in here. Some salt. Like I say, you're going to be adding water a lot on here. And when you add in water, I forgot to mention that, make sure your water is hot. I keep some, when I'm getting ready to add some water, this is garlic powder. When I'm getting ready to add some water, I take and have hot boiling water on the side. So, because you don't want your pinto beans to stop cooking. Because once they stop cooking, it's hard to get that gravy back. You want them to continue to cook. So I got some, that was black pepper, and here's some hot pepper flakes. I also put the jalapeno in there too. And like I said, I will be seasoning this again once it cooks some. And sugar is a must, and what sugar does, it helps thicken the gravy for pinto beans. Okay, and I'll be putting some beef broth in mine. All these things I'll be putting in there. And these are things I put, they will be in the description of, I like the beef broth better sometimes. I might season with chicken broth, but most times for pinto beans, I like the beef. If I can find the pork, I'll use the pork. So there's some beef broth. And you're going to have to, when you're cooking pinto beans, you're going to need some water. You're going to have to cover the beans. And you're going to let them come to a boil first. And then once they boil first, you're going to cut them down to medium. But you want a slow boil in them. Now this is enough water in here. This size covering my bean. I'm going to let these start cooking. And once these start cooking, I'm going to get back with you. Although I have a top for mine, but once it starts boiling, I'm gonna put some aluminum foil on it to seal it in so it can help the cooking. I'm gonna start these high, and once it starts boiling, I'll reduce the heat and put it on about medium. Okay, get back with you. Okay, I'm getting ready to do my oxtails. Okay, I got some fresh oxtails, and I use just the simple stuff. I use some garlic powder, pepper. I use some salt. I use some little Sazón, and I also use a brown gravy mix to season. That's a good season too. These only thing, and I use a lot of vegetables and stuff. It comes out good. I just like some good old oxtail kind of country like. So I put some salt in here, just some flour that I'm gonna coat it in, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. Some flour in here. Put some garlic powder in this flour mixture. Put some pepper in here, black pepper, and some brown gravy mix. I got a package open. It's a whole pack, just seasoned very well. But this you don't need too much, other stuff. This is gonna make the gravy. You don't have to add gravy when you do. If you put it with your flour mix, once you get the liquid, it'll make its gravy as it's cooked. And I'm gonna put some Sazón in here. Some of this in here. This is a good seasoning too. That's all it takes. It don't take too much seasoning. And I'm gonna mix this together, and I'm gonna coat all my oxtails. I'm gonna put them in the oven. That's how you eliminate some of your fat from them. So your season is good. And you're gonna season them good again once they start cooking too, with all the same seasoning. So I just take mine and put them in here. Coat them in here and put them in this pan. I got my oven heated to 400. I'm gonna coat all of these. And once I get through, I'm gonna take and set them in the oven. Like I said, let them cook until some of the fat come on. Mine are not that fat though, but I always do this. I like to do this because I get a good gravy, and I like the bottom that I get, the crumbs that I get from here. So I always do this. I'm gonna do all of these. Once I get through doing them, I'm gonna put these vegetables. I'm gonna get back with you. Okay, I have all my oxtail floured and seasoned with the flour. Now I'm gonna put some onion just on top of it. It don't matter how you cut them. I'm gonna set in all these, gonna get some grease. All of these crumbs that come out of here gonna go into the pot that I'm gonna boil them in. You can cook them in the oven, but this time I'm gonna cook mine on top of the stove. You have to attend to them a lot when you cook them on the stove because they can burn, but in the oven you don't have to. And the water that you start, the juice that you start with, most times you're gonna end up with it when you put them in the oven, just a little less. So the oven might be the safest, but the boil on top of the stove is faster. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the oven. My oven is heated to 400 and let this brown a little bit, probably about 35 to 40 minutes. Once it's brown, I'm gonna take and put it in a pot and get ready to cook it. Okay. Okay, here's a finishing touch of when I put them, I dust them, put my seasoning on there. I had brown gravy mix, Sazón, I had garlic powder, pepper, a variety of ingredients. Season I put on here, and then I put them in the oven. Let them brown for a while. That helps it good. I like that brown. And all you got to do is add some broth or some water and let them cook. Put them in this pot and I'm getting ready. You can put them in the oven. It's up to you. Or you can, they smell so good. And all this season, see all this right here? I'm going to straighten most of all of this out and put it in that pot. I'm going to add some more seasoning in here. That's good. These are oxtails, country oxtails. The best is brown. Just make your own gravy. You don't have to worry about gravy when you do it like this. I'm going to add more onions. I'm going to put this in and we'll get back with you. Okay, I scraped the pot like I told y'all was the pan that I had cooked them in the oven. I seasoned them and I dusted them with powder, all my different seasonings. I had garlic, like I said before, brown gravy mix and stuff. And that would be in my description box. And I put the vegetables, all the vegetables I had left over. But when I'm cooking oxtails, onions and bell pepper, green bell peppers. Most of the thing ain't garlic. It's the only thing I use, but I might add a little other thing sometimes, especially if I got vegetable left over. This is a little, I like my stuff spicy, so this is going to be a little jalapeno red pepper flakes. Put a little bit more garlic, because I had seasoned my meat, but I'm going to put a little bit more garlic on here. I'm going to let these cook until they get done. A little more Sazón on here, just a little bit to season it up good. I'm going to start high, like I said. And here's some brown gravy mix that gives the food delicious flavoring, and it also make gravy. You don't have to worry about making gravy. Okay, I'm going to put all of that in there. That's a little bit. And I'm going to add some broth. That's why I'm adding no salt. I'm going to add some beef broth in here. Or chicken, anyone, but I'm going to choose beef. Put it on the side so I want to stir the flavor. You're just going to make a little, you're going to make a little juice in here, enough for gravy. You don't want it swimming in water. Just want to thicken it up for gravy that you're going to put over your rice or whatever, potatoes or anything that you want to serve them with. So I'm going to put all of this whole container in here. And put a little water, and I'm going to set these on the stove. You also can put this inside the oven. It's up to you. But it cooks slower in the oven, like I say, but you don't have to worry about it burning in the oven. Now, if you cook them on top of the stove, you have to attend to them a lot more, and you also have to make sure they don't burn. In the oven, they won't, most likely they're not going to burn. Now, this is enough water in here, liquid for me, because I had water and beef broth, because all I want to do is have some gravy. See how good that look? That already looks good. I'm going to get ready to put these oxtails on. I cooked them before on my channel, but I'm going to let these cook for about 3 to 4 hours, and I'm going to get back with you. Wait, let me show you. My pinto beans, see how good they're cooking over here? I'm going to get ready. When I add water in here, I don't need no water right now. I'll be putting my neck bones in here pretty soon, because it takes the pinto beans a long time to cook. I'll be adding my neck bones, and like I said, when I add water, I boil my water. I don't add cold water. I add hot water, boiling water, so my food can continue to cook. Okay, I'm going to get back with you. And my ham hocks and pinto beans is almost, they're cooked about halfway. Now I'm getting ready to put you can tell they're not done. The ham hocks is done. I like for my ham hocks to kind of fall apart. So I'm going to put these on. I'm going to put neck bones, some neck bones in here, a few of these neck bones in here to add more meat. And I got the oxtails over there cooking. This is going to be a soul New Year dinner. Now this for New Year's. Yeah, just some sweet potatoes, whatever you want to add in here. Once these cook, the neck bones cook, it's going to be good to go. I'm going to try to put all of these in here. That's a lot. But I love them. It's kind of overcrowding. And what I'm going to do is, like I told you, when you're cooking beans, I'll put a little more seasoning on these neck bones. I'm going to season them a little bit. Most of the neck bones. Put a little garlic on it. That was salt. Put a little garlic. And I put a little pepper flakes on it. That's a little bit. Like I said, when you're cooking pinto beans, you don't want the water to stop boiling. So I got some hot water over here boiling. I'm going to put some in it to continue to boil. Like I said, you want to cover. Want enough water here to cover your beans and meat. I'm let this start back boiling, and I'm going to season a little bit more once it start boiling. And I'm going to get back with you. And over here, see look how good these, oh, they look so good. I think I'm going to put these in the oven. These are my oxtail. They look so good. I might put them in the oven, let them tender up some in the oven, because the gravy's getting thick and I don't want to add too much water. If I let them stay on top of the stove, I'm going to have to, I'll have to add more liquid to it. But I'm going to put these in the oven since they're looking good and let them go and cook. Okay, get back with you. Okay, y'all, look, see the neck bone, my pinto beans, my ham hocks. This is so good. I can't wait to bite it. Here's a ham hock here. And what I'm going to do, that's some onions. They season so good and the right amount of everything. I'm getting ready to put this okra on the side because I got enough juice. You don't have to. This is option. I always do because okra is good fiber. It makes soup, beans, and make it taste so much good. Try it. You don't have to eat the okra. You can take them out. But season them with okra and you'll see a difference in the taste. By the time these get done, it'll be almost time to serve. So I'm going to check on my my oxtails now. My rice and cornbread is cooking. Okay, I'm going to let that cook some till the okra get done. Okay, now I'm checking on my oxtails. Oh my God, don't they look good? These, I got to put some more water to reserve. Look how good they look. Have you ever seen, cook them like I told you, cook them with that gravy and that beef broth? Oh, it's so good. All I got to do now, they tender. I'm going to put some onions and green pepper on top of them for sure, make it look good. And once these cook, get done, they'll be good to go. Put a couple, you know, this is for decoration also. Good to eat too. Put red onions, yellow onions. What else I got? That's already 3 types of onion. And this is seasoning to the meat to make it taste even better. Gonna make it, once these vegetables get tender, it's ready to go. They're already good. It looks, that's so good. I taste it. Oh my God, it tastes so good. Let me taste it again. I didn't have to add no more seasoning in here. Look how thick that gravy. I might put a little more water in here because, like I say, I want my gravy for my rice because I got a big pot of rice cooking. See how good that gravy is? Now let me take and I'm gonna put a little hot. If you can put any water in there, I'm putting this back in the oven for about another 45 minutes. And taste this. Just right. My goodness, so good. I'm gonna put a little water in hot and boiling water. When you're doing that, the water has to be hot and boiling so it won't change. You won't have to set so long. Okay, I'm gonna put this, wrap this up and put this back in the oven until these peppers get done and let the meat cook a little bit more. Get back with oxtails, the juice, the gravy, everything. They're so tender, falling off the bone. And I put these onions, I'm getting ready to put it on a plate. Here's my cornbread right there. That looks good. And here's my rice. And here's my pinto beans with the neck bones and the ham hocks. I'm getting ready to throw down, y'all. I know I wish y'all was here. It's so good with the okra. Like I said, you don't have to eat okra, but it's seasoned with it and you'll see the difference. All this is tender, ready. I'm going to put this on a plate. I hope y'all enjoyed my presentation. I'm going to get back with you when I put it on a plate. Thank you all for tuning in to my presentation with my oxtails with rice, seasoned really good. My ham hocks and pinto beans with okra and neck bones. Share this with friends and family. And once again, thank you for tuning in to Mattie's Kitchen and have a wonderful day.